Like, let's say, ano magiging ka pagka-graduate mo? So, may bargaining naman siya na condition. So, what if he said, what if you follow me for now? After that, do whatever you want. Makagaya naman sinasabi ng lahat ng tao. Right? So, it's so familiar. Sabi ko, sige, kasi wala akong tama din. After that, what would I be? You're gonna be working in SM as you struggle, as you find your way. So sabi niya, wala kang mapupuntahan kaagad. But what if you're a nurse? May trabaho ka kaagad, find your way around it. 2 a.m. Hindi ko siya mailabas sa ER. Wala akong pera. Hindi ko alam kung umiiyak ako doon sa gutter ng mga kotse, di ba? Umiiyak ako doon sa gutter. Kahit sumigaw ako doon, makakarinig eh. Hindi ko alam kung bakit ako umiyak. Sabi ko nga, Lord, ba't ako umiiyak? Umiiyak ba ako na namatay ang nanay ko? O na umiiyak ako dahil hindi ko siya mailabas? Hindi ko alam kung paano ko siya ilalabas. Kasi for me to call a mortuary.
Yeah, dapat may pera ka na eh.
Pera ako. Wala akong pera. Yeah. I believe that I can do it. I believe that I'll figure it out.
Are you saying you jumped and then nung nasa tubig ka na, okay, paano ba tayo lalangoy dito?
Wala akong ibang option.
Oh Lord. Welcome to the Paco's Place podcast.
Visit abaeservices.com for fast medical transcription service. This podcast episode is brought to you by AB Music Creative.
And the podcast will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, live at Paco's Place, Miss Amabel de Leon.
Thank you, Paco, for having me tonight.
Straight na natin to. When I first met you, I was impressed because feeling ko I was looking at you na nakaabot na sa checkpoint ng buhay niya. That's how I first met you. Okay? And then, sineset up ko lang para sa audience. And then, you shook my hand. Tapos, sinabi ni Oliver, yung kaibigan natin, na lahat ng kinakamayan yan, nabe-bless. And I was looking at your husband, si Alan, shout out, your kids, your situation in life. Sinong kumamay sa'yo para maabot mo yung meron mo?
For me, talagang balik lagi sa nanay ko. How she carried me through. Parang lahat ng struggles niya, lahat ng visions niya, lahat ng aspirations niya in life, parang naririnig ko. Tapos, ako yung palaging rebelde na, yan na naman, drama, yung ganun ba? Pero all the while pala, every struggles that I go through, every journey, siya yung palagi eh. She's always in my head. So I think all these times, siya yun. Parang she's always the one who believes na talagang whatever you can think of, kaya.
So since you were a
Kasi yung faith
child?
niya, grabe, oo. Grabe talaga yung faith niya. Hindi siya takot kahit wala siyang pera.
Can you expound on that? Hindi siya takot kahit wala siyang pera. By the way, where is home?
Home is Philippines, Mindanao.
Mindanao.
Yeah.
Okay,
General Santos.
So you grew up in General Santos.
Dole Cannery.
Okay, so you were in Gensan. Ang description mo sa mami mo, kahit walang pera, hindi siya takot. Was she a risk taker or was she a woman of faith? Magkaiba yun di ba?
Both. So, very siya. She was influenced by my tita.
Okay.
Right? My tita whose name, we have the same name. Pero I think mas grabe faith niya. And ang dami niyang pinagdaanan sa buhay. I think palaging na-answered yung answered prayers. Niya laging answered prayer, di ba? So, lahat na sasagot. Hindi siya yung to the point na ano bang hindi niya kayang maabot. Ang daming nangyari sa buhay niya. It's gonna be a long story telling all of them. Pero talaga ang grabing hirap niya. Most of the time, actually, ako yung parang sounding board niya rin. So between us, tatlo kami magkakapatid, 2 brothers and me, ako yung nakakaalam halos, siguro 90+% ng dinadala niya.
Was your dad around during this time?
Oh yeah, my dad's around.
So hindi siya ang sounding board ng mami mo, it's you.
They're talking most of the time, pero para siyang palaging okay lang, Kasi tati ko, parang laging takot, yun naman. Laging, titahayin natin to. Hindi pwede to. Impossible to. So she has to, I think, to talk to somebody. And maybe she wasn't really expecting me to say yay or nay. Parang, ako lang yung other person na sabihan niya, kaya natin to. Kasi if she tells, she's a woman of faith, kailangan niya siyang submissive. But I believe she's really strong. Stronger than my dad. Pero at the same time, syempre, my dad, should be the head of the family. So, respeto niya rin yun. And I get that, nakikita ko siya eh. Para pag minsan may mga arguments sila, she knows how to
Back off.
Yeah, back off na siya. Pero hindi rin siya tumitigil. We grew up in a farm that was gifted to us by my aunt here. So may farm siya. Part of that farm pinaparent sa Dole company for plantation. So in short, paid off yung lote, yung bahay namin nagawa na at help from my tita's help, di ba? Wala kaming utang. But imagine you're in the middle of the farm in the Philippines. Anong itsura nun? Malayo sa sibilisasyon.
May TV ba nung time?
Walang TV. Walang ilaw. Right? Magandang buhay namin. Maraming mga bulaklak. May tatay knows how to decorate our house. Walang ilaw yun. So nakakandila kami.
Grabe.
Diba? Walang TV. Nagka-TV kami, alis na kami ng black and white na maliit.
Paalis going where?
Yung palipad na kami sa bagong bahay.
Okay.
Na hindi dati alam ng tatay ko. So ngayon, yung bahay na yon paid off. So okay, no? But imagine, may tricycle. Walang tricycle makakapasok doon kasi we're in the middle of the farm. Pag ulan na yon, hanggang doon na lang kami kung saan kaya ng tricycle kami drop off. Maglalakad ka ngayon. We were in a private school because my tita was helping my nanay. So, syempre, naka-private uniform ka lahat, medyas mo. So, ano kaya ang itsura noon pagkatapos paglakad mo? Putik na. So, at that point, ako yung palaging nag-observe eh. Lagi siyang parang umiyak, nanay ko. Parang, it's not the life I want my kids to have.
So may vision siya.
Yeah.
Kasi may gap di ba?
Yeah.
What her reality was and what she wanted in her head magkalayo, hindi align.
Yes.
So in-acknowledge niya yun.
Correct.
Hindi siya nagsettle.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we were in a private school. So private school, who's in the private school? Managers, directors of the company. So we were actually getting mocked, right? But you know what? I can hear it. At the same time, parang meron kang insecurity, right?
Yeah.
Kasi kahit na matalino ka, pero yung status mo is iba sa kanila.
Sa Pilipinas.
Right? So, and my mom, and I can see, kahit tahimik lang kami, parang we can read each other's mind ba? Kahit mali pa ako doon. 4 years old, 5 years old, from kinder. Tapos yun, talagang inangat niya, sabi niya, tatay ko, may actually sa Dole, merong mga binibigyan ng mga housing.
Yes.
But you cannot just have that unless you're invited to have it. And most of the time, it's only given to
yung
higher
executives.
up, right? Managers, directors, right? Higher up. Ngayon, merong mga free housing din doon. So, lahat ng mga housing doon halos pattern sa Amerika. Right? Tapos, nagkaroon sila ng isang, mga land area doon malapit sa hospital na, kasi yung mga housing na yun libre. So, they were thinking, paano yung mga executives pag magre-retire, there's nothing for them. Walang housing libre lahat all throughout.
Right.
So now the company decided we're gonna give them a house of their own. So when they can retire, they have a house of their own. The house and lot was sold to them at that time, and how old was I? Siguro mga 10 years old ako. 25,000 yun.
Okay.
May mga 10,000 pesos pa. House and lot na yun.
Wow.
Parang binibigay na lang, right? Pero dahil comparable sa mga free housing nila, mas maganda yung free housing.
Oo.
Ang ganda talaga ng free housing. Amerika ang tsura. May guard, may nasa clubhouse ka. So syempre mga mentality ng mga directors, no? Maraming hindi nag-avail. Now it was given to the lower ranking file of the company. Supervisors next. Nanay ko nag-qualify. Tatay ko nag-qualify. But tatay said, utang, we are free. We're free here.
Housing, free housing. Tapos utang ka sa labas.
Tapos utang. Sabi ng nanay ko, think long term. So, but in short, tatay did not agree. So, nanay did it behind his back in a way. Away, whatever, Pero after that, syempre na-realize ng tatay ko, took a long time. Pero na-realize niya na tama pala yung decision na yun. We have to be there. Ngayon, another insecurity na naman yun. Kasi ang mga palibot na naman doon, syempre, may mga ranggo. Right? May mga rank din. So, we grew up that way. My brothers, I don't know if they felt that, how I felt, pero lahat na observe ko.
So ikaw, what was going through your young mind noong mga panahon na yon? Was there more of like, paglaki ko, o may ganun na?
Kasi, it's American company. But at the same time, syempre, mga Filipino ang halos doon. Pero marami din expat.
Yeah.
Tatay, actually was really a very smart guy. Magaling siyang magsulat. So actually, mga reports ng mga managers, mga
sa kanya
pinapagawa. He was doing that.
Pero walang credit.
Of course, it's gonna be them, right? But anyway, some of the mga expat, mga Americans saw that. So actually, he was offered what if you go back to school, we'll handle everything. We'll get you here. We're gonna promote you. What do you think he did? Nope, thank you.
Oh, raray ko.
Right?
Nakita mo rin yun.
Yeah. Anong gagawin niya, right? Makikiaway ka. No. So sabi ko naman, but after a while, elementary ako, ako yung palaging, who talk to him. Sabi ko, tatay, you keep telling me, huwag ka makipaghalubilo dito sa mga taong to, kasi ganito lang tayo. Huwag ka masyadong maging close sa kanila, kasi hindi ka pareho nila, right? Sabi ko, that's not fair. Kasi, you were offered, ang may mga directors and above, free housing, free education. It's an American school, may mga bus. Ang daming libre. Malaki pa sweldo nila, libre pa yung kanilang lifestyle. Right? May clubhouse pa sila na they can, they have...
Kumbaga may amenities, may incentives.
Correct. They have membership to everything that Dole has. Pati yung aeroplano, yung may magsa the Dole has aeroplano, right? So, lahat yun. Allowed sila. Siyempre, benefits yun eh. Sabi ko, what you did, I don't know what happened, but what you did, you deprive us of that. Hindi ko alam kung nasaktan siya nung sinabihan ko. Pero sabi ko, parang hindi ata fair.
And elementary ka lang nito?
Yeah, elementary lang ako nun. So I talked to nanay. Nanay, parang ganon. Ba't ganon? Hindi ganon. Tapos ako, babawalan niya ako makapaglaro dun sa mga kaibigan sa kapitbahay. Pagbawalan niya ako, bakit? Tapos minsan may mga events sa clubhouse. Huwag ka pumunta doon kasi sila lang yun. Hindi ka, in-invite kami, mga bata. Yung ganon ba? Sabi na ganito, invite kami, punta daw kami. Ay, hindi ka kasali doon. Sabi ko, bakit? Ganon. Nasa isang community lang tayo lahat. So, I grew up that way. Tapos sabi ko sa kanya, I'm not gonna be that. Parang, I will work hard to be able to, to provide to my family. Pero sinabi ko sa mga kapatid ko, sabi ko sa sarili ko, I will also help make sure that I'm not gonna deprive my brothers that because of what you've decided. Kasi hindi fair. So my mom was making excuses sa amin na, tatay, may sakit, ganito, whatever. Sabi ko, I'll strive hard para parang, this is not gonna happen to us forever. Bakit? So, fast forward, na-approve na kami doon, Iloilo na ako, pag-America na, doon na, yun ang parang nagiging voice ng nanay ko, palagi.
Okay. Huwag natin i-fast forward yung Iloilo because the whole college part is your preparation to the States eh. Elementary pa lang to, so may seed na nabubuo inside na, you know what, yung decisions mo will not be my decisions. I will change the course of our family tree. That's what you're saying in your head, di ba?
Yeah.
What motivated you aside from that? Because it's easy to say it eh. Pero when we're talking about it, di natin alam. I mean, akala natin one day lang nangyari yun. No, it's a series of days of frustration, patience, decision making. Who went to Iloilo? The whole family or just you?
Yes, me. Una ako. And then my brothers.
Why did you decide to go to Iloilo?
Well, actually, didn't want to. I applied. I don't want to be a nurse. I didn't want to be one.
Okay, let's talk about that. Why? But why did you take it?
Yun, di ba? So, nag-apply ako sa UP for interior designing. I got accepted. Nalaman ng tatay ko. Talagang, parang gera.
Was he expecting you to stay sa plantation?
No, not also.
Okay.
Not really. Pero at least as a stepping stone. He actually wanted me to go to America with my tita. So, kaya pinag-nurse niya ako. So, in-explain niya. Inupuan niya naman talaga ako. Sabi niya, what are you gonna be? What do you think you're gonna be after you graduate?
Ng ID. Ng interior decor.
So ngayon, sabi niya, hindi ka kilala. Andito ka. Sabi ko, what are you going to UP? I know, but right now, you don't have that pool of connection. But in a way, I really thought about over and over again. And actually, he made sense.
Wait. Here's a man who you looked up to, pero may inis ka dahil sa talino niya, sa talent niya, he's not pulling weight and he had the audacity to tell you what to do, pero nakinig ka. Explain.
Respect for my dad.
Oh, good thing.
My mom would always do that though. Kahit ano siya ka-stricto noon, kahit ano siya lagi siya nagagalit, my mom would always tell us to respect. That's your tatay. Respect.
So you listen to your dad.
Ako naman, kahit na maliit ako noon, kahit na rebelde ako, I would still hear eh. And I would still try to understand. Kahit na I would do something, hindi lang ako just because God ako sa'yo, I won't do it just for the heck because I want to rebel against you. I still would listen and look and listen. Okay, what are you trying to say?
May ganon, okay.
Yeah. Parang garingan ng wisdom eh. So nakinig pa rin ako. Sabi ko, in short, may point din siya. Ano ka? Like, let's say, ano magiging ka pagka-graduate mo? So, may bargaining naman siya eh, na condition. So, what if he said, what if you follow me for now? After that, do whatever you want. Makagaya naman sinasabi ng lahat ng tao. Right? So, it's so familiar. Sabi ko, sige, kasi wala akong tama din. After that, what would I be? You're gonna be working in SM as you struggle, as you find your way.
No? Oh.
So sabi niya, wala kang mapupuntahan kaagad. But what if you're a nurse? May trabaho ka kaagad. Find your way around it. I did that. So pumunta kami in short, Iloilo, they came from there, Central Philippine University. So sinamahan ako all throughout ng nanay ko to make sure I really would enroll. Enroll talaga. Pero I was, every step, every exam, pwede ba akong mabagsak? Pwede ba akong, di ba? I was praying, pwede bang bagsak? Kung mabagsak, parang feeling ko, okay na.
Okay, dad, ginawa ko na.
Excuse ako. Yun, nakapasa. Sus, naku po, pasok. Yun, 1,000 kami nun. Tapos, next sem, 700 dapat i-retain nila.
Pabawas.
Second year, they'll retain 200. Sabi ko, may chance. Ang lalaki ng chance ko na matanggal. So sabi ko, sure, sige, let me do it your way.
You know what, nakakatuwa, no? What you're saying is inspiring because people have said the more you chase after it, the more it runs away from you. Pero pag pinakitaan mo ang isang bagay na okay, fine, mas lalong lumalapit sa'yo yung bagay na yun. Because like this whole nursing thing, it wasn't your taste. Pero hindi ka nasama sa 500 na natanggal.
I know.
Ano nangyari?
So, 700. Nandun pa rin ako. And I didn't really care for my grade. Second year, nandun pa rin ang pangalan ko.
Nawala na yung 500, 200
nawala na yung 800. Diba?
Oh.
So, 300, 800. Sabi ko, nakakahiya na pag hindi ko pa talagang kakayanin to. So ngayon, because very grabe yung competition, we got to actually stay close ng classmates namin. We got so close. I think what got me going is, nakadorm ako, nahihiya ako na pagbagsak ko pa to, parang second year ka na eh. Tapos, nag-compete na yung mga tao. Sunod, competition na eh. Parang, who's gonna be, sino ang mag-top, gano'n na. Kasi kayo na yung group na yon. So now they're looking at you, top of the top na.
So ikaw naman?
Gusto ko, now I wanna compete. I wanna stay on the course and compete. Yun.
Yun ang naging motivation.
If you're gonna ask me anatomy and physiology, let me get my book.
Pero yun ang naging motivation, yung competition.
Kasi parang, first, nakatingin na kayo. Ayaw mo rin sa baba ka. Di ba? Hindi ka rin mapapansin. Marami pa rin yung atsyopera. Kailangan mapapansin ka pa rin. Meron ka pa rin sense na may it ka ba?
Yes.
Di ba? First and foremost, Iloilo yon. Marami taga Iloilo. I didn't grow up in Iloilo. I speak Cebuano. So, outsider na nga ako eh.
Yes.
There's a few of us outsider na eh. So, and then I have to belong and be part of that crowd.
So now, tapos na. Graduate ka na. Parang, oh my God, nurse ako. Shoot, anong gagawin ko ngayon?
What's next?
So what did your aunt say? Ali ka na.
Oh yeah, lahat sila. When ka na alis, magtatrabaho
so panibagong
ka na.
pressure to.
Ang pressure to.
Was there a boyfriend back then sa Iloilo?
Yeah.
So alam ng boyfriend na temporary lang to kasi aalis ako.
Actually, that time, we thought kami. Kasi yung family, we came from the same dole. Akala namin kami na. The family was talking good, where, they were planning na, ito na sila ng dalawa.
Hindi siya nag-nursing? Engineer. Okay. Yeah. So, when did you find out na your book of life was being written but it wasn't what you had envisioned? The boyfriend wasn't the guy you ended up with. The interior design wasn't the course you ended up with. Mindanao to Iloilo and then States, dito ka bumaksak. When did you realize na God had a bigger plan for you?
When nanay passed away. Every night, umiiyak ka na eh. Parang soul-searching ka palagi eh. Wala ka ng sandalan.
Tapos?
Soul-searching ka. Sino ka ba? Yung ganun. Ano bang kailangan ko? Ano ba talaga? all my life, parang yung gusto mong gawin, hindi mo magagawa, hindi mo nagawa. Parang ganun ba? Tapos, namatay ang mom mo. Anong sunod? Babagsak ka na, free falling ka na.
When your mom
And you
died,
have to lean on to
someone.
someone.
Kasi sounding board, kumbaga kayong dalawa yung you were joined at the hip, di ba?
Yeah.
So nawala yung sounding board
Lahat.
mo. Nawala yung taong nagpupursige sa'yo, yung taong kasama mo nung college ka.
Well, yeah, taga Mindanao siya. Pero we keep talking to each other.
Right? Paalis ka na papuntang States. Were you ready?
Actually, after I graduate, first job ko, Dunkin' Donut. Nasa libro yun, di ba? I was trying to make kayang excuse ko. Kasi next sabi na natin ko, okay, kasi across our house sa Mindanao is the Dole Hospital. Walking distance yun. And we have connection. We have connection. My mom is a medical technology supervisor there. Connection kami. My mom was already here in America.
Since mention mo na yung book, bago natin ituloy yung buong storya ng journey mo, why is it called... By the way, we'll put a link in the description so where you can buy the book. Why is it called Bloom on the Battlefield?
Because my life was all battlefield.
According to who? Why did you think of it as a battlefield?
Parang marami talagang issue. I have to go through it eh. Parang,
maraming issue or ginawa mo lang issue?
No, marami talagang issue.
Kasi kung nakinig ka naman sa magulang mo, tapos na dapat yun.
Susunod ka lang, di ba?
Walang issue.
Pero may pain ka eh. Wala kang happiness, wala kang joy. So, along the way, maraming issue. Tapos,
I like this.
Yeah.
The reason why, I wanted to talk about this. Dahil you're a strong-willed woman. But then again, your mom nakuha mo yan sa mami mo because she was a strong-willed woman. But then, she knew her place sa dynamics ng family. But as a kid, as a teenager, sa'yo nabubuo lahat ng angst dahil andyan yung, paglaki ko, di ba? So yung nagkakaroon na ng battle inside of conforming and actually innovating andun na di ba? So finally, you're an adult, the book isn't out yet. What were the first battle on the battlefield? Hindi kasama yung Dole Hospital and all that. Alam ko, isa yun sa mga...
Yeah, nandoon. Well, of course, sakitin pa ako. Nasa Amerika na ka. And dito na. So when the first battle talaga, I got here. I have to be a nurse. Right? I don't have a choice. Kung hindi, wala akong visa.
Yeah.
Sabi ko sa nanay ko...
Single pa
ako noon. Everyday sabi ko, magkukwit ako. Anong gagawin mo? Wala kang trabaho. Hindi ko alam. Baka mag-denize ako ng bahay. Yung mga pasyente ng mga tao.
Yes.
Di ba? So I was thinking of avenue, but you cannot. Kasi naka-working visa ka. Kailangan. May expiration yun. 1 year lang yun eh. And then you have to renew that.
Ito yung H1B.
And get your green card. Yes. Yeah. So sabi ko, hindi uwi ng Philippines kung hindi mag-work. Parang mataray pa ako noon eh.
So yung ginawa mo sa CPU, ginagawa mo pa rin sa Amerika na sana matanggal. Sana
may excuse kang hindi ba? Hindi, di ba? Parang ganun. Parang actually sa CP, I was just cruising life eh. Minsan nga, may reunion kami, di ba, next week. Minsan sabi ko sa friend ko, I want to remember everybody's name kasi iba hindi ko maalala. Kasi nga parang I was just cruising through it.
Kahit naman nung nasa Amerika ka, when you started becoming a nurse, you were still cruising through it. What made you stop and say, you know what? Remember when...
I have to figure it out.
Yeah, remember sa CPU, second, sophomore year, third year, parang, teka, sandali. Mukhang totoo na to eh. Akapin ko na yung pag-nursing ko. Sa States, kailan dumating sa buhay mo yun?
Sa home health namin.
Oh my God, that's years.
Yeah. Hindi ko alam na it's also in me. So anyway, yung na-realize ko na I have to do something, di ba? Shape up lahat. I have to be serious na may responsibilidad ako. Kasi binigyan ako ng responsibilidad to look after my brothers. Ganon. Pero nung namatay ang nanay ko, cancer, 1 year siya. After a year, namatay siya. Wala kaming preparation. 2 a.m. Hindi ko siya mailabas sa ER. Wala akong pera. Hindi ko alam kung umiiyak ako doon sa gutter ng mga kotse, di ba? Umiiyak ako doon sa gutter. Kahit sumigaw ako doon, wala makakarinig eh. Hindi ko alam kung bakit ako umiiyak. Sabi ko nga, Lord, ba't ako umiiyak? Umiiyak ba ako na namatay ang nanay ko? O na umiiyak ako dahil hindi ko siya mailabas? Hindi ko alam kung paano ko siya ilalabas. Kasi for me to call a mortuary.
Yeah, dapat may pera ka na eh.
Pera ko. Wala akong pera. Wala akong $1,000.
Bakit?
Bago kang nurse, may lawyer ka,
Oh, yeah.
may mortgage ka, isang kahig, isang tuka eh. Parang dumadaan lang. Tapos, remember, supporting people in our family in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Parang dumadaan ba? So, doon ko na-realize na kahit pala nurse ka, parang you need to be more than that. Unless I have to figure it out. Nurse na ako noon eh.
So that was an epiphany for you, di ba?
Hindi ko alam kung paano dumating yung asawa ni Dr. Patel. My tita came. Pero the first one who really released money was the wife of the doctor that my mom was working then. Na parang ina-adapt kami dun sa Apple Valley. Siya ang naglabas. Siya nag-arrange. Siya naglabas ng pera. And up to now, I won't be able to repay her for everything that she did for us. Because otherwise, hindi ko talaga, saan ako mangungutang? Saka manghingi ng pera.
So you were at that part na isang kahig isang tuka, no savings. Did this make you think na I gotta get my finances, my life in order? Or hindi pala, my priorities in order.
Kasi kung may mom ka, may anak ka, 20s, early 20s, may mom ka, may sandalan ka.
Yes.
So kahit nga pang gasolina, hindi ako takot mawala ng pera kahit pang gasolina kasi nanay hingi ng pera, di ba?
Ay, 20.
Di ba? May sandalan ka eh. Nung nawalan ka na ng sandalan, parang now you have to really figure it out. Tinanggalan ka ng sandalan.
So yung interior design, wala na sa utak mo yan?
Right now, I'm
No.
doing
Nung time na yun.
wala na. Ang agenda ko that time is I have to make money.
Single at the time?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what did you do?
I have to work. I have to work as a nurse,
Double job.
2 jobs.
So no life.
No life. Pero syempre, sakitin ka, lagi kami asthma, lagi yung nebulize, in between, call off ka. Pero that's how it is. 2 jobs. 16 hours. Habang kayang gising mo, trabaho ka.
So you were hating it.
I was so tired.
That was part of being in the battlefield also.
I was so tired. Kaya doon ko naging director of nursing ako sa nursing home, right? At 26 years old.
I was gonna say, because you're doing something you don't like, pero sinagad mo pa.
Director ako ng nursing home. Tapos, workaholic. Single ka, me and Alan were dating then. Pero syempre,
Saan mo nakilala si Alan? O, sinimulan mo ha?
So, I was working in a nursing home.
And the reason why I'm asking, sa mga single na may excuse na hindi kayo makakahanap ng mahal nyo sa buhay dahil nagsi 16 hours kayo, hindi po totoo yun.
Hindi posible.
Kasi si Amabel, nakahanap na kanyang love of her life. How long have you guys been together?
Oh my, married.
Yeah?
Alec is 21 to 22.
Dating, gaano katagal?
24.
O, kita mo? 24 years, 16-hour job.
I know, right?
May asthma pa yan,
May
ha?
asthma pa. Siya rin, workaholic din siya.
Dalawang workaholic, paano kayo nagkakilala?
So, first job ko na nursing home, Apple Valley, I had to leave. There were only 2 Filipinos there. I had to leave because kailangan ko ng papel. I have to move to Riverside to find...
Petition.
To have a petitioner. I had to go to Riverside and move there. So, natatanong lahat. Siyempre, why are you leaving? Why do you have to leave? Sabi ko na lang, there's no handsome Filipinos here. There's no one for me to meet. So, I have to leave. Tawanan sila lahat. Tapos, yung aming staff developer doon, Filipina. So, 2 lang kami. So, sabi niya, talaga?
DON ka nito, ha?
Hindi pa.
Hindi pa.
Okay. Doon ako sa Riverside nag-DON.
Okay.
Sabi ko, Ate Vanji, walang gwapo eh. Alis na ako, Tapos si Alan, pag alis ko, pumasok siya as a temp, nagko-cover siya sa isang OT doon na wala. Kino-cover yung building na yon. So,
sa Apple Valley?
Sa Apple Valley. So, from Rancho siya noon. Kino-cover niya. So, tumawag si Tivanji. Guess what? May pumasok na Pilipino.
Chinito.
Tapos sabi ko, gwapo. Sabi niya, oo. Di ba, ang second tanong or first tanong, how old? Ilang taon na yan? How old? Yun. 24. 34 na siya. Sabi ko, man, nakanap ka ng Pilipino, matanda pa. Sabi ko, wag naman yan.
Tapos?
Yun. So, hindi kami nag-meet. Sabi niya, no, you have to meet him. Sabi ko, not interested. Tapos, baka may asawa na, 34 na, di ba?
Yeah.
May asawa na yan, baka divorce na, may mga anak na yan. Ayoko, no, wag na yan. Sabi ko, wag naman. Sabi ko, hindi kami nagkakita. 2 years later, nagka-cancer si nanay, right? May cancer na siya. I had to go back and work close to home. As
and
my
home
second job
and home
in
was
Apple Valley.
Apple Valley.
Victorville.
Sa mga hindi nakakaalam, that's that nice shindig town in between LA and Vegas.
In the middle of nowhere. Ngayon, crowded na sila.
Yes.
Oh, laki na. Kailangan, ang second job ko, malapit sa kanya. So, nag-weekend ako to every other weekend. Yan. Tapos nung during the week, I have to go there and reapply. Sabi ni Tivanji, ayun no, yung pinapakilala ko sa'yo. Nandun pa siya after 2 years. Nagko-cover pa siya rin. Sabi ko, naging home yun na rin tong ano. Sabi ko talaga.
2 years nagko-cover pa rin siya. Hindi pa nagiging regular after 2 years.
Yun nga, sabi ko talaga, hindi ito naghihintay sa akin.
Tapos
yun, sabi niya, well, Ate Vanji, I'm not interested nga. Kasi nga, yung age gap namin, di ba, what for? Kuya ko na yan eh. Actually, buti hindi ko na natawag na kuya. I was almost about to call him kuya. Sabi ko nga, babe, Tanner, kinuyak. Paano kung kinuyak kita noon?
Game over. Paano kayo nagkakilala?
2 years later, nagkita kami, di ba? So yun. Tapos pag nakilala, ito yung pinapakilala ko. Ganun lang, syempre wave lang, you know. Tapos not interested naman. Kasi nga, you're trying not to be interested. Especially pag minamatch ka. Pag minamatch ka, ayoko eh. So umiiwas ako dun. Ayoko naman. Weekend, bumalik ako, ang trabaho ko, every other Saturday. Yun. Director na siya doon. One of the buildings niya yun eh. He was covering also buildings down the hill. Tapos, Saturday, andun ako. Naku, andun din siya. Sabi ko, ba't andun dito ka? Saturday? Mga boss, din nagtatrabaho ng Saturday, di ba? Walang boss ng weekend. Sabi niya, we have a patient to see, really? Tapos sabi ko, yeah, yun. Tapos, sabi niya, how come may pasyente siyang hinahanap na dapat i-assess niya? Ba't wala dito yung pasyente ko? Nasa hospital. Based on my report. Kasi nga, every other Saturday lang naman ako. So,
ikaw ang supervisor.
Ng Saturday, ng that day.
Siya yung nagko-cover.
Director na siya doon. Tapos ngayon,
alam na.
Ang version ko ngayon, so nandito ako. Dito ako ngayon, sa sarili kong version ko ngayon. Pero yun talaga totoo. Ngayon, right babe? Kakultin pa ako si Alan. So, tanong niya ako, ba't wala dito yung pasyente ko? Sabi ko, nasa hospital based on my report. Malay ko, di ba? Based on my report, nasa hospital yung pasyente. How come you didn't call me? Sabi ko, walang report na for me to call you. Di ba? Di naman naka-report na for me to call him eh. Tapos sabi niya, well, they normally do. They normally do. But it's not in my report. I will never know that. So
mataray ka.
Mataray ba yun? Tinaraya din ako eh. So ngayon sabi ko, kasi supervisor ako, di ba? I have to answer to somebody. So ngayon sabi niya, they normally do. Sabi ko, it's not in my report to call anybody. Tapos sabi niya, normally I go, normally, but not in my report. So I'm so sorry. Well, the patient was not there. Tapos, sabi niya, actually they know. It is in the schedule. They have to know, where's your schedule? Sabi niya, in my office. Exactly! In your locked office, right? That I cannot get into. And you expect me to call you. Tapos yun, discussion na kami back and forth sa station. Tapos, tumalikod ba naman? Tapos sinabi yun akong a butthead. Sabi niya, butthead. Narinig ko. Sabi ko, excuse me! No. Nako, siguro kung pwede akong sumigaw nun, talaga nangapoy yung ko, butthead daw ako. Grabe.
Paano ka na-in-love?
Fast forward na yun.
So ang impression nyo, hindi natapos dun sa weekend na yun?
Oo. Tapos bumalik ako ng every other weekend lang ako, di ba? Next weekend, andun na naman, Saturday. Sabi ko, wow.
So babiyahe ka ng 1 hour papuntang Victorville.
Yeah.
Only to see Alan sa facility.
Hindi, I live there. Siya ang nagabiyahe. He lived in Rancho eh.
Wait, ikaw, so you moved back to kasi Riverside ka nag-work?
Yeah, pero I still drive. I drive.
Okay.
I was driving.
Wow.
I was commuting. My mom was working there.
Okay, so...
Siya ang nag-commute ng Saturday. Anong ginagawa niya noong Saturday? Right? Boss siya.
Ikaw lang ang RN supervisor. Ikaw ba, naimbestigahan mo ba na yung other weekend na wala ka doon, pumapasok ba siya ng weekend?
Sabi niya. Right? Sabi niya, hindi ko alam kung totoo yun. Pero anyway, kung anong ginagawa niya ng weekend, more, I don't know. Pag I was there, nag-aya siya ng lunch. Lunch tayo, ganun.
Ba't siya nag-aya ng lunch? Bati na kayo, ganun?
No, hindi. Nag-aya siya. Sabi ko, nope, not with you. No, thank you.
Taray nga. Tapos, how long did that last?
Back and forth, few months, less than a year. Yan, less than a year.
Kailan nag-iba tingin mo sa kanya?
Persistent eh. Tapos, masarap kausap.
Nag-aaway kayo paano naging masarap kausap?
Pero yung mga ganun na masarap kausap na you still get something from it, diba? Na hindi lang yung walang, diba, walang substance. Meron doon, may mga kausap ka, Pilipino, or may ibang lahi. Pero parang, man, waste my time. Don't waste,
So,
parang
pag tinignan mo, looking back in hindsight, his presence made it easier for you to actually work those weekends. Kasi kung hindi mo naman gusto yung stress nun, matagal ka na nag-walk out
Yeah.
Kaso gusto mo makipag-sparring din
Oo nga, siguro. And then after that, looking forward in one conversation, we started talking on the phone, talking on the survey. Ang sarap kausap. Actually, ang values namin nagkaka-align.
Okay.
Diba? So parang, wow, parang nagkaroon din akong sounding board. Yung gano'n.
Okay, so sounding board lang muna.
And
So,
it starts there, di ba? Part of courtship.
Okay. Remember, you had baggage from childhood.
Yeah.
Di ba? Were you able to express this to him during that courtship?
Courtship, yeah. Some of them, hindi mo naman malabas lahat. Pero of course, the majority have to tell him, itong expectations. Ito expectation sa akin. This is why I'm here. I have to let him know that.
Pero hindi mo sinabi na you hated nursing o alam
niya?
Alam niya.
Alam niya. Tapos naging director of nursing ako, di ba, after that. Tapos, one day, nakita ko parang, man, ito lang ba yung buhay ko?
Sa mga iba, pinakil na yun, ha?
Yeah, but I was so unhappy. Parang feeling ko, I was a highest paid caregiver ba? RN caregiver of the patients that, I'm not belittling patients that are there. We need to have good nurses there. Pero for me,
Hindi mo calling.
Hindi ko calling, hindi ko sila mapagaling.
No,
I want to do something ba that I can really be of good value.
Yes.
Parang, ang expectation sa akin, make sure it's managed well, it's running well, the patients and up to parang gave them comfort all throughout their life. Pero for me, parang bata pa ako to be in that state. Parang, ang pasyente ko, parang hindi ako happy dahil mamamatay din siya sa kamay ko. Yung ganun ba? Di ba?
Yes.
End stage of life. Parang,
Nakaka-depress.
at 26, so, fast forward my life, after 10 years, 36, andito pa rin ako kasi yun yung highest, otherwise administrator ka. Man, if I'm not happy now, I want to do something productive.
You were still single dito.
Yeah.
So, when you were saying you wanted to do something productive, sabi mo si Alan ang sounding board mo.
I told Alan that.
What did he say?
Alan naman is a person na he'll support you. Supportive talaga si Alan up to now. Very supportive.
Did you see your dad in him, no?
A lot. Kaya siguro ganun. Ano ba yan?
Pwede.
But of course, the good side of my dad probably.
Right, pero baliktad naman ngayon. Kasi before, you saw your dad in Alan, pero hindi mo naman pwedeng kausapin about your feelings ang dad mo na, ito gusto kong gawin, ito gusto kong gawin, ito gusto
pero
kong gawin.
but Alan is parang pang-ring combination ng nanay ko at tatay ko actually.
Galing
Parang
naman.
he's always there. Parang iba.
Galing,
Kaya parang yung, in my second book, writing Angels in Disguise, may mga tinatype ako doon So, part ng battlefield mo yon. So, part na naging weapon mo yon. Part na naging strength
Yes.
sa battlefield. Diba? So, yun. Nung sinabi ko sa kanya, actually, we're planning to get married already. Sabi ko, I wanna out. I want out. Tapos sabi niya, anong gagawin mo? Director ka na. Anong sunod, diba? After that, sabi ko, home health. I found this home health. Baka pwedeng to start and own. Kung hindi ko gagawin ito ngayon, I would never be able to do it because I would be busy with taking care of you and our kids to be. I have to make sure. Ako gusto ko palagi may pera. Yun. So, if I won't do it now, I don't think I'll be able to do it when we get married. Na may anak na tayo. Kasi I have to make sure that I can also help support the family. So, if you can give me a chance. Because part ng baggage ko is to help my family back home.
Yes.
Part to take care of my brothers. Hindi naman yung obligasyon yun.
Yes.
So, that should be my obligation. Have to find something radical to be able to support that and not withdrawing money from supposedly our joint.
Find something radical. Yung word na radical.
It's out of ordinary for that age to think about go to a discomfort of opening a business. I have not met so many, a few maybe.
Kasi radical nga
Yeah.
Yung mga iba will just find something.
Comfortable.
Oh,
Easy.
pwede na to.
Yeah.
Pero yung radical, anong doing something radical, finding something radical to do, Parang kang umakyat sa sa 100-foot na diving board.
And maybe my way out of nursing too. I was thinking. So, ang nakita ko nung nag-home health, nakita ko, naging parang from afar, na-inspire ako sa boss namin na masyadong, she was probably good, but she was not there. So, I didn't really have that relationship with her. So, I'm thinking, if you were not always here, and this is running, well, I was observing the home health. I was working part-time. Like I said, habang nga kaya, habang gising, trabaho, right? So, nursing home, hospital, home health. So, kung napapatakbo mo to, nawala ka dito, anong mangyayari if I become somebody who's always present?
Yung critical thinking mo na yun, no? Talagang...
So, yun. Pero of course, when I was finally I talked to her. I talked to a few, me and Alan actually met up with her. Naku, grabe naman ang pag-put down sa abilidad mo, di ba? I mean, you're 26, 27. Really? Ganun, Magkumabusiness ka, may pera ka, di ba? Kaya mo?
So, saan ka kumuha ng pera?
So, yung that time, may bahay. May bahay ako May bahay na ako noon. So, nagka-equity. Here and there, we were able to actually during the process. I mean, during our home health tenureship na, may nagkakahiram ka ng pera. Pero talagang to start, yung starting point namin, I had to withdraw equity from my house.
And that's a risk, because you have to pay that equity that you withdrew, win or lose yung business.
Correct.
So what was your mindset now? And I hope people watching and listening are picking up on this na no one's gonna do this for you. You have to do it for yourself.
Yeah.
And you have to be accountable to yourself.
Yes. Yeah. I believe that I can do it. I believe that I'll figure it out.
Are you saying you jumped and then nung nasa tubig ka na, okay, paano ba tayo lalangoy dito?
Wala akong ibang option.
Oh, Lord.
Wala ka na ibang option. I did not want to retire as a nurse. I don't want to stay there. Ano bang gagawin ko? I was working in the hospital for 6 months. I quit. 6 months lang ako sa hospital. Med-surg. Kung babalik ako doon, siguro ER. Yung in and out ng ER.
So this wasn't good for your mental health also, no?
Tapos, nag-nursing home na ako. Naging director na ako ng nursing home. Anong sunod? I become the administrator. Nursing home pa rin. Right? I was miserable. Anong sunod? Mag-home health ako. Kasi align mo pa rin sa nursing, di ba? For now. Yun ang next alignment ko. Yun pa yung way. There's no other way out pa.
And you were below 30 years old when you did this.
Yeah. So we opened our home health when I was 28.
Ano sabi ng mga kamag-anak mo?
Of course, all the negative things that you hear out there.
Why is it like that, in your opinion?
Biblical din yan. The worst critic and enemy that you have is from your own household. Because they always look at you as a baby girl, as a little girl. Diba? They always look at you na ganun ka. Hindi mo kaya.
How long did it take for this home health business to take off from breaking ground?
So maraming challenges, pero yung nakita ko nung nagka-home health na kami, ako pag nakakita ko, sabi ko kay Lord, if you just show me a sign, kahit piso, if I can see piso from it, I'm in the right path. Naka-bill kami. Maybe not the right, I don't know kung anong documentation namin sa billing na yon, di ba? Naka-bill kami. Nagkaroon kami ng cheque. Sabi ko, si Alan nagtatrabaho pa noon Tapos yun, talagang operational na yung home health, mag-asawa na kami noon, nakapakasal na kami noon. Sabi ko, mag-join ka na. Ayaw pa niya. May cheque na.
Nandamay ka pa talaga.
Ayaw pa niya kasi Alan wants to make sure na okay kami, right?
Is it healthy to have one person be a sigurista and one person be a risk taker?
Of course. That's why husband and wife. And that's a good partnership is always opposite. I think what makes a good marriage naman is pareho ang values niyo.
Yes.
Doon kayo magkakatagpo. Pareho ang goal niyo. Pareho ang intention niyo. Medyo may iba-iba ang diskarte niyo. Pero intention niyo pareho. So magkakasundo kayo. In between that, respeto.
Yan ang isang major ingredient, no? So now, tumitake off na. Si Alan nagtatrabaho pa rin. When did he get convinced na, oh my God, what the heck am I doing working for someone else?
No, he wasn't convinced.
He wasn't convinced?
No. Kaya may mga sign, pinagdasal ko rin yun, answered prayer din yun. After a year.
Part of the battlefield din yan.
Oo, after a year. Kasi syempre gusto ni Alan talagang syempre maganda yung trabaho niya. Director siya ng, nagka-hospital siya, ng mga mayroon siya mga nursing homes, diba? May mga tao na siya. Okay siya, set siya dun eh. You know, it keeps us going. Tsaka,
Ikaw naman.
Ako, I know we can do more.
Okay.
Kung nandun siya.
Pero nakakatulog ka na ng mahimbing ngayon. Hindi pa rin.
Yeah. Ayun naman.
Kasi di ba, wala na yung question mo na, oh my God, hanggang kailan ko ba gagawin itong nursing na to? Nawala na yon.
It's part of my life already. But now, I can still do more than that.
Exactly, but now you're working for yourself. I guess my question is, remember, there was an aching question na, ito na lang ba? Ito na lang ba? Ito na lang ba? So, ang ginawa mo was, binuo mo yung home health, umalis ka sa pagiging director of nurses ng nursing home. Did it quench that thirsty question na, ito na lang ba? Ito na lang ba? Nagkaroon ka ba ng peace when you started this?
Actually, yeah. It was not easy, pero I know that's my only way out. But at the same time, doon ko nagamit yung nursing ko. I have to relearn nursing actually.
Pero ang galing, no? So, going back to what your dad said.
Yun yung wisdom. And I tell my
Yun
boys...
yung wisdom or yung pakikinig mo sa kanya ang wisdom?
Well, could be but the same thing.
Right.
You know, for me to listen to him, that was a wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
I believe, looking back now, even though may magka-rebelde ako, but obedient din. And I teach my boys the same thing.
Yeah, I want to hear that.
So I teach my boys the same thing. I know you have your minds, and we respect that. And maybe me and my dad and your dad may not understand what's in your head or you plan to do. Or maybe there's something that you're looking for. Pero at the same time, listen to us every now and then. Still. Kasi nakikita mo rin yung gifts ng mga anak mo eh. Ililay down mo pa rin yun. So, kasi coming from the experience.
Yeah.
Kasi before, di ko nakita yung tatay ko eh, na ganun pala yun, you know. Akala ko parang, ako lang yung, para bang you're being just thrown to the wolves kasi you have to support the family. So, at that moment pala, I'm glad that he did it to me. Because I am who I am right now because of what he did. Diba? Kasi after a while, you reach your comfort zone. You can just keep cruising eh. Kasi comfortable ka, kumakain ka, may tirahan ka, diba? Pero kung meron ka pa palang dalang dinadala sa
Chip on
likod
your
mo.
shoulder, yeah.
At saka yung may mga kinikerry ka. You've been carrying, you're asked to carry somebody or two. Then kailangan ka maging matatag. And it's gonna be beyond you na. So that's the battlefield right there.
Right.
Pero hanggang kailan mo kakayanin yun? And that's where you need to know that you're in the battlefield, but you need to have the right weapon. At the same time, you need to enjoy that battlefield.
Were you able to look at your dad? Were you able to smile at your dad? Did
And
you see him
thank him.
smiling back? Yeah.
I just actually had a dream when we were in Switzerland. First time since he passed away, almost 5 years ago, I had the first dream of him na nakangiti. Hi ka! That everything made sense. That God probably was also using them and talking to them, through you. So you have to, in a way, listen as well. May mga tao. So what I do from here forward, may mga nagbibigay sa akin ng mga feedback, I take everything as a grain of salt. It makes sense, no? Pick up some good things. Because I always believe now, from my journey for so many years, no, sa maraming luha, maraming hirap, I believe that everything happens for a reason and everybody comes in your life for a reason. Whether short-term, long-term, whatever. Whether good, bad, or the ugly, There's a reason for it.
Do you get attached to people coming into your life?
Yun ang masakit. You still get heartbroken all the time. And the more you grow, the more you have more people with you. Like our company is growing, it doesn't stop. You just need to learn to trust God to carry you. So yun ang mga, yung mga heartbreaks mo. Pero that's part of life. You have to accept that's part of life eh. Oh. Thank you.
When will you know that you've reached your threshold? Because nag-grow lang ng nag-grow eh. Parang...
Actually, kami ni Alan na, since we're laughing, kasi we love systems, we love creating systems, and we love putting structure na matatag ang company. But the opportunity and the business itself just comes naturally. It's funny. But it just comes naturally without even us asking for it. So we just take it with open arms. Mahirap, very. Pero, part of the mission eh. Part of your battlefield mission. But you learn to embrace it with open arms, with with joy.
So what's your calling?
Love. My nickname is Love. I realized that's my calling, is to love. Is to love people around me. And I'm really so happy that I am that kind of person. And I feel that I'm a mom to all the people that I work with. So I can tell them. So when I talk to them, either I counsel them or I call their attention, I know that I'm calling them as my children. So I deliver it with care. Kasi mom ka. Mahalin mo sila. So parang ang sarap magtrabaho, magsumikap because may mga pamilya kang nakaabang na naghihintay that, like, what happened to my dad, diba? He could have been that person, right, to us. So, ngayon, for me, I wanna work hard because nakaabang sila na para maiangat mo sila lahat. Before, initially, I just want to make money. A lot of money. That's my security. After that, you reach that point, you have to keep going, and then you'll find out kung ano ka talaga. Sino ba talaga si Amabel de Leon? Sino ba talaga? And that's what I'm always praying kay God. Lord, I don't want to miss it. So I'm gonna take everything. Whatever, what's coming or whatever's in front of me. Because I don't want to miss that person that you've been designing all along.
So now, adyan na yung security. Na-quench na yung mga questions mo from growing up. Now you're on your pathway to being a matriarch, not only to your children, to their children, but to your organization. When are you going to be Amabel? Just Amabel. Naalala mo yung boss mo na sinasabi mo, part-time, tumatakbo yung home health niya, tumatakbo yung negosyo niya. Ikaw, you're still hands-on eh.
Actually, the hands-on right now, to be honest with you, is a home health aspect. I am not always there anymore. It's running on its own. The new programs that we're creating is where I'm hands-on.
So, hindi ka pa talaga tapos?
So, sabi ko lang, anong next? So, sabi ko, now we're growing it for the kids. We're growing to the next generation. The Manura kids now coming in.
Yes.
So, we're kind of like leaving it. At sabi ko naman ni Alan, let's just have fun along the way.
Yun.
Where it takes us. Hindi na, like yung kami ni Alan, the transformation does not stop na kaming dalawa. Pero align yung aming intention sa buhay. Pero really, like ito, this discomfort to me, being in the spotlight. Amabel, I really just want to be in the sideline.
Right.
If I have a choice, I want to be a mom, right? I'm happy with that. If I was given a chance na yun lang talagang role ko, I think, be really fulfilled with it. But God gave me a lot of children to take care of.
Yes. So let's talk about transformation. Dahil while looking at you now, visualize ko yung elementary kid growing up in the Dole plantation sa Mindanao. If you're able to go back, talk to little Amabel after her frustrating moments with listening to her mom and seeing how her dad reacts to decision. What would you tell that little girl?
I've never thought about that. But if given a chance, siguro, I would the first thing I would do maybe is to hug her. Kasi the pain that was going through was also painful ba? Na syempre, parang hindi ka accepted, hindi ka fit in, right? But I would, of course, tell her, keep going, hang on, be strong. Ganun siguro. Kasi kung nandoon ka, imagine kung I was just listening to my dad na hindi ka fit in. Hindi ka na fit in, feeling mo hindi ka na fit in sa school, right? Nasabihan ka pa ng dad mo na, you don't belong there.
Parang dumobble down.
Imagine ko, in-accept mo yun. Imagine if I accepted that. What would I be? Actually, I would have probably left,
Baka nandun ka pa hanggang
andun
ngayon.
pa lang, correct.
Pero may libreng housing ka naman.
Like most people. And be contented with what you're getting. And there's still people that are like that. And they're still there right now. But, again, probably, because inaccept mo, whatever people's injecting in your head and injecting to you directly, inaccept mo yun. But thank God na hindi yun eh. I had a mom voice na, no, hindi. Don't stop here. Keep going. So I would tell that little Amabel, keep going. You'll be fine. Shine. Shine anyway. I-boost mo yung sarili mo na kaya mo yan, na okay ka. So yun, when I was in elementary, I was in a dance club. So I have to compete where I need to be, so people will know that I can, be of substance, that I can also be part of you, that I can fit in.
Do you need to prove yourself up to now? Do you still feel the need to
No.
prove yourself?
No. No, it's actually giving back now, giving back to them and helping as much as I can. And I'm glad it happened to me. Because if without that experience, I am not gonna be who I am. There's no pain eh. Walang in-inject na dream of becoming better. Kaya yun ang mga sakit. Minsan may mga friends kami na buti ka pa. Ganyan ang buhay mo. Sabi ko kasi, buti pa kayo ang buhay niyo dati. Mahusay.
Oo nga, no?
You were fine. So you didn't think of this. Because kung mahusay ka, even if you have a rich dad, right, who's providing you everything, you wouldn't think of doing something outside from being, ordinary.
Radical thinking
Yeah.
di ba?
So yung mga pain that you go through, the hardships that you go through, the no job that you were saying that I have to decide something and figure out what I want, you're not gonna be going to where you need to be and who that God designed you to be without that pain.
Totoo, no? Kasi remember, we were like tayong dalawa, like off cam we were talking, di ba? You were talking to person A and person B. If you talk to person A na may job security and all that, kahit anong sabihin mo dyan, gaganon lang yan eh.
Contento sila eh. They're very contented. And good for them. Pero after a while, cruising ka na eh. Parang, it's just about them. Yeah. So ngayon, yung may mga, hindi ako masaya sa trabaho ko. I have to figure out what I need to do. For me, special ka eh. Pinik ka ni Lord. You know why? Because you need to lead something. You need to lead a pack. Meron kang binigyan ka ng pain to do something else greater than what you think you can be.
This pain that you're talking about that you had to go through, do you think right now you're good with this pain already?
The pain is accepted. For me, it's part of life na. The pain are still there. There's still so many pains. Not everybody, like that's the other way around. Some people are also not accepting me because they think I'm so far, high up in the, compared to them, right? Because that's not fair also.
Di fair
But
yan.
you have to go through. It's part of life. There's nothing you can do. You can't control them.
Again, painful din yun, ha?
Yeah.
So let's talk about the book, Bloom in the Battlefield. It's very personal. Sometimes funny personal. Okay. Are you still in a battlefield or are you just blooming in peacetime?
There's no end to battlefields, Paco eh.
Are you looking for the battle or dumarating sa buhay mo?
Dumarating lang siya. It comes. Yeah.
Baka
It
yan,
comes.
baka yan naman parang si Aaron lang yan na akala mo inaaway ka pero kaaway to.
Kailangan may pang shopping, battlefield. Marami, you're dealing, for us in the company, you're dealing with the government, right? You're dealing with, for me, the spirituality, right? As madaming mga tao mo, you're dealing with different personalities of these people, the baggages of everybody that comes to you. Right? So marami yan. Magtataas ang negosyo mo, kadil mo mga negosyante. Before you know it, you have to also guard yourself. May mga lawsuits dyan, may mga issues dyan. Di mo alam. There's battlefields all year round.
I agree. I have to agree.
You just need to know and have a good perspective.
Now, if people are clicking on the link to get the book, anong expectation, anong transformation expectation ang mahahanap nila by reading your book?
This is what I hear from a lot of the readers, right? Sabi niya, Amabel, yung problema ko pala, hindi pala kasing grabe ng problema mo. Or kaya, akala ko ganito na lang ako, pwede pa pala akong maging ganito. Yan. Tapos akala ko, may meet ako ng mga divorcee, right? Magdi-divorce. Kasi maraming ego eh. So ngayon, they have to also rethink, is there a life outside of divorce? Or pwede pang ma-mend yung buhay nila? Or yung mga nagdi-divorce na are so miserable, or were so miserable, na they're finding their voice, they're finding their way. Ang ganun, yung parang nagkaka-hope sila. That God is the answer to everything else. And the rest is just really part of it. It's part of life. Either we chose to be in it or naging part yan ng journey natin. Hindi ko alam kung free will mo na nagkaganon ka or baka talagang you have to go through it to be
To realize,
get to point B?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. But again, in that moment, find the reason to exist and be joyful.
Yung reason mo to exist, has it been fulfilled?
Yeah. Very.
Now, can you sleep at night peacefully?
I do. Actually, yeah, I do. Early on, I had to have Benadryl, I had to have NyQuil, and then I had several trips in the ER early morning. And several 911.
Grabe, no?
Kasi wala kang pampero, wala kang pera. Hindi mo alam saan ka kukuha ng pera. Diba?
If Nanay was here, what would you be telling her now?
Thank you. Thank you. You know, Nanay is someone who'd always, hindi ko siya nakita ng reklamo eh. Yung palagi siyang, kaya natin to. Wala na siyang pera. Minsan umiyak na siya, kaya natin to. You know, talaga. Yung gano'n. Diba? May cancer siya noon, mamamatay na siya. Ang iniyakan ko, paano niya kaya plano, naisip na, alam ko mamamatay na siya, iiwanan niya ako sa Amerika.
How about this? Dagdagan pa natin. Alam niya takbo ng buhay mo. And
At iiwanan niya ako.
Iiwanan ka niya. At alam niyang kakayanin mo siyang tubusin sa mortuary. Ganun siya.
But that time, alam niya kung mamamatay siya. Hindi ko siya kaya. Wala akong pera.
Pero,
imagine that.
I will change that perspective. Because kung yun ang naisip niya na hindi mo kaya, knowing your mom, gagawa niya ng paraan. Dapat nag-ipon siya ng pera dahil alam niyang hindi mo kaya. Pero now that we're having this conversation, I think she figured out na kaya mo. Hindi niya kailangan isipin mag-ipon ng pera because may pera ka o wala, gagawa mo ng paraan dahil anak ka niya.
Alam mo, 2 days before siya namatay, tinawagan niya ang mother ni Alan, in-endorse niya ako. Tinawagan niya, isang parang, meron akong ate-ate doon, matanda na siya. But I would always stop by sa bahay niya para kumain. Tinawagan niya yun. Si Love, hindi kakain yan. Until may nakitang pagkain. Kung walang nakitang pagkain at hindi gutom, hindi yan kakain. Yun.
2 days to, ha?
2 days before. Tinawagan niya maraming kaibigan ko. Nagpaalam na siya.
See? Pero hindi siya nag-ipon ng pera para pantubos sa kanya because she knows that that's something you'll be able to do.
But imagine a mom, I'm a mom, right? Mangyayari sa akin nun, tapos iwanan ko yung anak ko. I mean, may mga kapatid ko maliliit pa sa Philippines, right? Pero kami nasa foreign country. Kaming dalawa, iiwanan niya ako. Paano yun? No? Ang sakit siguro nun.
Sobra.
Pero, ayan na. Yun, hanggang ngayon, wala akong sagot. Na ang grabe ng strength niya. So whenever I go home, she knows I love to dance. So she'll play any music and we would dance. And alam ko, in pain siya nun.
Pero sige pa rin lang, sige.
Kasi ayaw niya akong malungkot.
You'll always be her baby, eh, no?
Yung mga kapatid ko rin. Yeah. But I think, ako yung alam niya na, you know, got her ba? That I would carry on the baton. You find ways to bloom.
And now that you're blooming, what can you advise to moms on how to deal with their kids to give confidence? Kasi may mga ibang mommy na nakakalimutan nila na tayong mga anak, we look up to them.
Do not give up on being a mom. You are not your kid's best friend. That I would like to correct. Because I keep hearing that I'm the best friend of my daughter. No, you're not. You're the mom. You have to be the mom because your daughter has to know who you are. Hindi kayo yung BF lang, right? BFF. So you have to stay as a mom. Kasi kailangan ko ng parent. Nang namatay ang parent ko, na-feel ko talaga ang pagiging orphan kahit may trabaho na ako. Kasi yun lang kakampi mo sa buhay.
Yeah.
Kahit may asawa ka. So I would always advise, stay being a parent, being a mom. My mom, nung high school ako, pa-college na ako, ang dami ng sinasabi. Huwag kang uminom. Pag uminom ka, alam niyo iinom ka. Pag iniwan mo yung alcohol, huwag mong balikan.
Yes.
Buy another alcohol if you can afford. If you cannot, don't drink it again. Even your best friend
Galing,
gives it to you, do not accept it. Yung mga ganun ba?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Maganon ako. Oh, yun. Naman, silang plaka na naman, di ba? Pag kolehiyala ka, kinapos ka ng tuition, hindi kami makapagdala kagad, whatever. Kasi dati, iwa-wire pa yun, telegram pa yun, di ba? Kung hindi makaabot yung tuition, wag kang, dyan, ano ng mga lalaki, just for it, magpakapera ka. Yung mga ganun sasabihin niya sa'yo upfront. Talaga naman, nanay, ba sabihin mo yun? Tomboy. Mga ganun ba? Tomboy. Mga ganun na advice niya. Mga ganun, mga simple na...
But you know what? Nakakatawa, no? Radical yung mga...
Ingat ka.
And very practical siya magsalita. She's not going to beat around.
Diretso siya magsalita.
And I think that's how you have to talk to your kids.
Diretso. Tapos kung kukontrahin, may mga Bible verse na siya after that. Ito, pang ano sa akin. Ito, ganito. Pag hirap na hirap ka, hindi mo na alam sagot. Ito, trust God. God said, trust God. Call, pray, ganon. Pero diretso, walang BS siya magsalita naman. Loving, very loving. Lagi kami hinahalik-halikan ng nanay ko. Pero at the same time, diretso magsalita. Boyfriend, ganon. Pag may boyfriend ka, hindi mo alam. At saka lahat ng mga naging nanligaw, talagang alaga-alaga niya. Pero on the side...
Sasabihin niya dapat boyfriend, lahat na naging boyfriend niya.
Yan.
Biglang kumambig lang na lahat na naging...
Lahat.
Nanliligaw.
At nanliligaw. Pero lahat na pumapasok sa bahay, talagang welcome sa kanya. But on the side, corner ka niya. Ingat ka dyan. O kaya, advisean ka niya.
Galing.
Mag-behave ka. Ano mga dun ba?
As a partner to Alan, as his wife, how good do you play your role?
As a wife, still a work in progress. Up to now.
Kasi minsan, may mga idea ka eh. Gusto mo na...
Para kaming hard-headed. Pareho kami. We're in the same company.
Yes.
We have to come up with the same decision. Imagine that. Kasi I'm so grateful nga kung paano kami ni Lord minold. Kasi hindi madali, Paco.
Hindi. Si Jaja nga, ayoko kasama sa mga...
And go back home and stay in the same bed. Imagine that.
After making a decision na alam yung you had to come to terms,
hindi madali. Talagang balik sa intention. Pero early start ng company namin, hindi kami, umuwi kami, ayaw namin mag-usap. Doon ka sa kabilang kwarto, dito ka sa kabilang kwarto. Kasi too much pressure eh.
Yeah.
Grabe, ang pressure. Kami lang, nagpapatakbo, di ba? Pero after a while, balik ka naman sa goal mo. Gusto mo ba maghiwalay tayo? Gusto mo ba nag-aaway tayo? Hindi, di ba? So, kailangan, as we make decisions sa company, sa mga tao, kami rin. Transform din kami. Align din dapat yung aming mindset, tsaka yung aming goal, tsaka intention namin sa isa't isa. Kami muna. Hindi din pwedeng ayusin mo tong problema sa opisina, hindi kayo mahusay. Hindi din pwede yon.
So principle-based talaga, no?
Bible-based. Then.
Bible-based. Yeah. Principle-based from the Bible.
Yeah. Yun, actually, that's the best business book that you can have. Andun lahat ang tuturo sa iyo eh.
So, would you advise couples going into business together?
That's tough question. Yeah, if they... Actually, being me and Alan, right? Being as a partner, the best business that really blooms is a partnership of husband and wife.
Amen.
Now, you have to transform, both of you. But, ang daming successful businesses because may nagbabalanse sa inyo. Because that's your partner eh. And you have to trust a partner. Ang pinaka-trusted mo yung spouse mo eh. Who has your best interest at heart.
When mag-boyfriend lang kayo ni Alan when you started this when you went into this, that was a risk eh. You were taking 2 risks, di ba?
I think I also believe that because when I was learning, I'm not gonna marry Alan if I knew that I cannot lean on Alan. So I know that he is someone I really could lean on, right? He can take care of me. So this another one that I have to do now. Before that, I don't want to bring so many baggages with me. Unfair din kay Alan. So I just want to do that. And I'm sure if he's going to be successful, it's going to benefit. It's a win-win. It's going to benefit him, our family, and extended family.
Landingin natin to. With all the staff that you have, your kids, your spouse, and everything that is around you. Sinabi mo nga, you have your haters, you have people who are inspired by you have your friends, your peers. Sino si Amabel?
I am God's creation. I believe everybody has a mission to do. I have my own mission. And I want to please God for however He created me to be. And every single day I pray that I deliver that to Him. In between that, He doesn't really care. Kasi isa lang ang ipiplease mo eh. But I know if He is pleased, right? He's happy with you, then the rest will fall into place. The rest is gonna be good. So yun. Life is short. I don't know what my ending be, right? Later on, tomorrow, few years, I don't know. Pero I hope and pray na lahat ng gusto ni Lord na mangyari kung sino man ako is mangyayari yun. Yun ang gusto ko maging Amabel na yun.
Are you that person now?
I hope so too. I don't know kung meron pa siyang plan. But I'm contented. If today is my last day, then I'm sure there's somebody else who will carry on the torch. Kasi ika-continue na naman yun with somebody eh. Hindi na naman yung nag-i-end doon. I'm sure there's one or two or three that will continue the torch. So, that's how I look at it. Kasi para kang di ba, you're building an ecosystem. Lahat-lahat may role doon. Anong role mo? So, yun ang feeling ko. Yung role ko is something that to start. Someone that parang lioness na strong. Yun nga, minsan ang mahirap kasi nga, I have to be a submissive wife. A very good submissive partner also. But at the same time, ang feeling ko, I'm also made like a lion.
Yung palang battlefield na yun eh, no?
Na hindi ako takot. Si Alan ganun din. Iba din yung gift niya. Pagka-tiger niya. Iba din yung pagka-gift niya.
Ba't siya tiger? Ba't ikaw lion?
Siya. Ngayon na ecosystem, nagkakaibigan na kami ngayon.
So the book, Bloom in the Battlefield, available where?
EdsendSolutions.com. And then ebook is also in Amazon. Amazon.com.
And there's another book coming out.
Correct.
And when it comes out, you'll be back. Di ba?
Yeah. Alan's working on that second book. And I have another book, Angels in Disguise. So we're trying to combine all these books and create a movie out of it.
Ang galing, no? You're doing everything all for God's glory.
And that's actually the only purpose that we have while we're here. And then the rest, bonus ni Lord. Ganon. Kaya I think when you have that faith and acceptance,
yeah,
parang lahat madali. Kasi ano ba hindi niya pwedeng gawin? Di ba? Ano hindi niya pwedeng gawin? I think most of the time tayo napapakahirap eh. Kasi dito lang ko, Lord. O, dito ka lang. Iwan ka naman niya eh. O, di ba?
Parang parable of the talents.
Yun lang. Pero pag hindi ka ganon, sabihin mo, game on, Lord. Anong gusto mong gawin ko? Then you'll get out of that. Walang ego yun. And He'll take you to a heights na, sino ka? Andiyan naman siya eh. Yan hanggang ngayon, that's what I always put in my head. Andiyan ka naman, Lord eh.
O yun na. At least alam na natin, si Lord ang iyong sandalan talaga.
Yeah. Si Lord talaga. Yeah. My mom guided me all throughout. And introduced God to me. But imagine ko hindi ko yun ginawa. Right? I don't know. I'll still probably be searching up to now.
Grabe, no?
Grabe yung search na yun. So now, interior designing, I get to design our building, a house. I enjoy it.
So nagawa mo pa rin?
Nagawa ko pa rin. Pero ang hirap din pala nun. Ako, sabi ko, ito parang trabaho ko, money making, matrabaho kasi you'll be dealing with a lot of people.
Yes.
Iba yung gusto nila. Masakit ang ulo.
Clients, vendors, suppliers.
Even sa building namin, kami ni Alan mismo, even sa bahay. Akin na to Kasi kung may iba-ibang minds, mahirap. Kasi iba-ibang, you look at a space differently. Anong color yan? Green, blue, pink. Hindi ko magkakasundo. Sabi ko, that's really a tough job to be. Hindi rin pala biro. And then you need to learn, if you're an interior designer, you need to learn to accept whatever they want, whether you like it or not, whether it's ugly to you or not. Diba? Paano mo magagawa? It doesn't look good.
Tapos lalagay yung pangalan mo, tapos binibida nila. But
event planning, part of what we do, I like the event planning aspect. When I can decorate and do party. Actually, the best part of party is decorating the party, the event. Yan.
So happy ka na.
That's my happy place. Right there. And my boys, bonus na bonus yung mga boys.
Ang
Happy
galing,
na.
no?
Yeah. But imagine, ang revelation ni Lord matagal. So kailangan you just have to get through it.
Oh, yun.
Yeah.
Last question. Are you patient?
No. I had to learn to be patient.
Have you been transformed?
Alan.
Si Alan ang patient.
Yeah, si Alan ang patient. Not me. Siya yung sandali lang. Bilis! Yan.
Hanggang ngayon, gano'n ka pa rin?
Ay, nag-transform pa rin. Yeah. Pero gusto ko pa lang mabilis. Ganon.
Galing, no? Siguro forever tayong work in progress, no?
Forever. Kasi imagine kung meron ka ng end, Paco, dot na yon. Wala na. Paano na yon? Wala nang growth doon.
So will there be an Amabel dot?
Pag mamamatay ka na.
Wag na muna ngayon. Ladies and gentlemen, Amabel de Leon!
Thank you!